Our sun is a yellow dwarf, or a middle-aged star. Later, it will go through its red giant phase, collapse, and then become a white dwarf. Many believe that one day the sun will consume the earth after it has burnt out all of its hydrogen. This is the Learning Academy. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Today we explore the phenomenon of solar storms. Solar storms are caused by electromagnetic fields and solar flares that are ejected from the corona of the sun. Our sun also generates solar wind. This solar wind is a stream of charged particles. Our sun is a star. It is known as Solis. It is an extremely bright star which allows us to see during daylight. Unlike the other distant and smaller stars that we only see at nighttime. The sun is a hot ball of gases that keep the earth warm. 8 planets orbit the sun: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Asteroids in the asteroid belt also orbit the sun. This asteroid belt is located between Mars and Jupiter. The dwarf planets and other objects in the Kuiper belt also orbit the sun, as well as comets from the Oort cloud. Both the Kuiper belt and the Oort cloud are located at the outer regions of the solar system. What would happen to us if there was a mega solar storm? To humans on Earth, bursts of solar flares from the sun seem to be spectacular scenes to be excited about, but they are actually very dangerous and can be catastrophic to the planet Earth and to its people. A massive solar flare could create total darkness on the Earth despite the distance between the Earth and the Sun. The Earth is 1 astronomical unit away from the Sun. The Sun is 93 million miles away from the Earth. That distance seems huge, and yes, it is massive. We are affected by CMEs. Yes, as a result of CMEs, or coronal mass ejections, enormous clouds of sweltering plasma and electromagnetic radiation could be released from the sun's corona. CMEs, or coronal mass ejections, are defined as a release of plasma and magnetic field from the sun's corona. A direct hit from a CME would disturb communication systems and electrical power supply globally. This would lead to a massive solar storm that would plunge the Earth into darkness and severely impact our ability to use our technological devices. If we were to experience a massive solar storm, this would have started with a huge solar explosion on the sun's surface, which would result in a direct impact on Earth's atmosphere by catastrophic solar flares and electromagnetic pulses. This would release highly charged magnetic particles into the atmosphere that would cause severe damage to all the artificial satellites orbiting the Earth. Solar storms would cause solar winds that would affect or cause damage to our satellites. It would lead to global failure of communication systems and all services that are directly or indirectly linked to these computerized devices. A plasma cloud would hover over the Earth and cause a geomagnetic storm that would produce solar winds. Our ability to access GPS services from the satellites would be hampered. The GPS system on planes and ships would fail, and this would lead to manual navigation or aviation. The heat would melt our electrical equipment and machinery globally. Therefore, there would be no access to electricity and we would not be able to use our devices. All resources that depend on electricity and the internet would malfunction and later become inoperable. Can you imagine a world without the internet? Having no YouTube, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram? Well, if a solar storm were to arrive that was massive enough to cause damage to our satellites, then we wouldn't have any access to the internet. Can you imagine a world without air conditioning and the convenience provided by electrical appliances? Can you imagine a world without the POS machine and bank cards? Where would you get money? Solar storms would interfere with radio signals between the Earth and its orbiting artificial satellites, and this would lead to failure of our electronic systems globally. The moon is also affected by solar storms, and this leads to sand blasts affecting the lunar surface. Due to the potential dangers that are posed by solar storms, the importance of space weather cannot be undermined. Space weather refers to an assessment of the conditions of the sun, the solar wind, and the impact that these sun-related issues have on the Earth's atmosphere. Space weather forecasts storms, and they would be able to tell us about any potential trouble from solar winds on the Earth. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.